Hey guys, TheGamingSandwich here. So I'm going to show you some shadoll Eldlich combos, and I'm going to also tell you about a new series that I'm up and doing. So basically channel updates. So I know I've not been as good as upload as I should do, so I'm going to try and upload a bit more regularly. I'm in the midst of sorting out two series. Now, two series are, the one of which is a series I'm looking back with a friend, which is really good. I'm in the midst of prepping that now. I've got like a really, like, if anyone can see this, like there are actually like notes in my book. Okay, there you go. If you want to like look on that, some notes on that about what I'm like starting out and doing. So that's really good. Should be hopefully within the next month. That should be coming out. And then I'm also looking into, I'm going to document something I'm going to be making, which should be quite cool. So I'm doing field centers, so I'm going to document you and showing you like how I'm going to do that. So that should be interesting. That's a bit, not like a tutorial, it's just more of a documentation for me as well, so that should be entertaining. But first I'm going to show you a construct combo. So, so what you only need for your hand one card to do this, and that is Shadoll Fusion. So Shadoll Fusion. So good. So basically my idea for you is bait everything out with your opponent and aim to go for the Shadoll Fusion. So you only need one card for this. So Shadoll Fusion, they allow it to go through, that's fine, they don't ash. So hopefully you've wasted their ash on something else. So you'll send for this combo, Wendy, Eldlich the Golden Lord, that's fine. Construct will come to the field. So there's from your grave. Construct trigger. You will send the Shadoll Core. Then Wendy will set a beast. The Shadoll Core will trigger. You'll add back the fusion. You'll then set the Shadoll Fusion and pop it with Eldlich the Golden Lord. And there you go. So you've got, if your construct dies, you've got your Shadoll Fusion and you've got your Eldlich the Golden Lord, which is 5500 beta. And then you've got your beast if you can either draw two cards off it or you'll draw one if they pop it. It's just really good. It's so simple, so easy. So yeah, that's like the first like really like basic. The one thing I will say about this deck is that it's so grindy. It's so fun to like do stuff. Like it's just such a grindy deck, and I love it for that like period reason. So there are like some really good combos in here. Most of them don't require like a ton of setup. Like your main ones, like your main Eldlich, like cheap combos. Like, you know, do remember your chain links with stuff. If you like, you have Pele's Oaks in the grave, remember to chain them at appropriate times. That thing I would say, to be honest, is like the better thing. So, like your other one is like, you know, your honest one that most people from Space Salad go. You know, when you've got, you know, these two set. Always remember, you know, I say Golden Land. Golden Land chain Sanguine, so there's like, just for that, then you get your Golden Lord out, that'll resolve, then that'll come out, then that obviously, those are your simple combos, so those are always easy, so I'm not going to like go over it like, you know, and just go, I'm going to penalise you for doing those. So your main one with that is just to get like, your Golden Lord, but you will just grind out with this deck so much. The other one is always to remember that because we only run one on aerial and we tech the second, is to kind of be aware of that. So always remember that you only have one, so always kind of like, just kind of always keep that in the back of your mind. You can always side deck into the second with this build if you really need to. So my other one is really going for, the main deck's obvious in terms of like if you play shaddolls. If you want me to go more in depth for like normal combos, like there's people who've done these before, like the obvious combos, like if you play math, you send, you know, you'll always send, if you want to think your deck, you'll send Squall Martyr, but that's only if you want some specific, like, so you'll always send Wendy, and Wendy will either, if you have the Shadoll Fusion, you will set the Beast, which is the obvious one too. If not, you will always set the Hedgehog. And if it's late game, you'll just go Falco to set that instead, so that's fine. If you want, like, if you have, say, I'll run this through. So say if you have, say you've got Math in hand. Say you've got Wendy, you want to dump Wendy, and then you've got Construct in the grave, and you just fancy a way of like doing something nifty. It's really good to kind of think to yourself, right? You can go do that, send that. Wendy will activate. and she'll summon, say, Falco. When I have to like try and actually find these in my deck, which are really good now. So you'll set Falco, and then obviously if you have the, say, the Resh in your grave, you'll banish and then flip, and then you'll get that out. So that's like, you know, if you want me to go for those combos, feel free to, like, you know, put them in the comments below, and I will go for the more of the kind of like the combo heavy stuff. But I always say with me, with side decking. So for me, if Salamangreat becomes more prominent, I will probably main Grista more than I would normally. Again, a personal opinion. These angel statues, they are really good. But they are very. It's more of like a very stun kind of variant for this. So like obviously you will have these in the field, and then you can tribute your continuous trap monsters. You can even actually tribute your Shadow Core as well, which is like another thing to note. So that's like an interesting one. That's just to search your what is it, torrentials. So, but you can also remember that you can banish this to protect your Paleozoics from being destroyed. But also to be note that you do run Toad. What is it? You run Toad. I'm no good with these. You run Toad. Where's the other one? Where's my other XYZ? Where are you hiding, boy? I'll find those in a minute. So we always remember you are running this guy. No, was it Anointilus? Anointilus. I can't see because of the glare. Ah, jeez. There we are. And also remember you're running this guy as well. So remember you are running like war targets to kind of like banish to stop them from being destroyed. It's always good to remember those little like extra things. They will win you the game a bit more. Like knowing especially what your cards do. Dark Eruption again is a good card. You have to remember with Dark Eruption, you have many targets. So you have Falco for Dark Eruption. So you have 2 Falco, 2 Hedgehog, and Dark Honest as well. So you do have 6 targets. Dark Honest is a good card because it's, in one way it's a good surprise card, but another way it's a good card you can always know you're going to side it out. So it's a good card to kind of have as a good side out card. It does the job, because then you could go, alright, they're running so many back row, I'll just, you know, side 2 of these in because they're searchable, or I'll side 2 torrential. Call by the Grave, it's really weird, I don't really run hand traps, but I just felt like Call by the Grave would be a bit more kind of useful again. So, you know, or you guys may remember this from Sky Striker. So, yeah, Metamorphosis Fusion. You will never use it for the fusion effect, but it's just the fact that you can pop it with your Golden Lord, shuffle it back in, draw a card. It's just really useful. 2 Larval Golem again. Again, these are what I would play if we weren't doing remote. It's just like if you're going for actual locals, time is a thing. So just, you know, giving these to your opponent and just like, you know, burning them, it's just really useful. Obviously, always remember when you put these in, again, remember to side in your Grista, because you don't want these to come in OTK you. You just would like to super poly them out and get rid of them. So again, I always make sure the sleeve for this one is a different colour, just so I can't be caught out with the fact like I have sided it in as a different colour. Just so, again, if they go, look, I've sided this out, you can do that again, so I don't get called on it for judging and stuff, so they can see. I think that's just a personal preference for me. This guy, I just like it as an alternate. Please, I feel like I'm never going to summon this, but hey. Again, my second Aerial. Again, Aerial's a preference, so again, you know, if you guys want me to go over like combos, like Aerial's got one of my favourite combos, and well, it's not even a combo, it's just really just like, you can say it's combo, but it really isn't. But so, you know, if you banish, say, it's just so fun where it's just like you've got, you know, Wendy, those 2 in the grave, and you're just like, okay, that's fun, what can I do? Oh no, I'll just set Aerial wherever she is, and I do this with unpreparedness, so it's really fun. So it's just like set Aerial, you know, banish these 2, flip that, oh no, I'll set that. So good. This deck will get better with, you know, later on. So once Dawn of Majesty comes out, there is a lot of changes going to be happening to this. So Dawn of Majesty is going to give us the Despia Fusion field spell, which I believe is really going to be an asset to the deck. I would personally say I've run 2. The thing is that you can also, the only problem is for this, you will spam out fusions a lot more. But with that, it does incur you to revive your construct really regularly, which is amazing. So that's really good. I'm trying to think of this. We don't have any other shaddolls which are fairies, which is sad. But if there are any other like fairy fusions we could possibly come up with, it might be a good idea. So for me, because like it depends obviously because of Super Poly. Super Poly is so good, and it's I don't know. I feel like with even though you could say if you say like Shaddoll Fusion's like one of the best card that makes the deck, you know, I'd say Super Poly is probably still bad because even though you get more pluses off Shaddoll Fusion, Super Poly is a better interruption, just in personal opinion. Apart from like obviously Winder, because Winder's balls to the wall, which is the whole reason I run Dark Honest, because because Winder plus this in hand is complete BS. It's just so dumb. So yeah, that's the whole reason I want that. Plus these are like really cheap. I don't know why like no one's getting these. Like I don't know. I mean, I get it, like, because hand traps are a thing, but it's so good. It just obviously it does everything the regular Honest does. You can summon it, you can bounce it, so that's like, you know, really, really good. But it's the fact like it reduces their entire attack down to 0. It's just like, oh, it's 0. Okay. So if you're against like Salamangre, it just literally becomes like you can just say flip something up. You've got like something else, and you just go, okay, attack. Dark Honest, 800, yeah, Banish Paintings, smack again. It's like, yeah, okay, I'm just gonna, if you've got multiple monsters, I'm just gonna smack them on with 0. It's so good. Yeah, again, you can catch people like, you know, out with things like that. So, but if you guys really want me to do, like, I'd say, I'll do a test hand for you, and I do apologise that I'm doing a test hand because it's quite late at the moment, so. At the moment, I'm really happy, so I will show you something quite nice. So, recently I went round to the local like toy store and I found these. So these were like £3 UK, and it's like I'm quite a big Borderlands fan. So at one point I made show off my my Moe's build. It's not that it's good. It's a URAD build for those who play Borderlands. I like URAD. That's my style. So for Moe's, so I saw a Lilith for like dead cheap, so I was like, yeah, I'll get a Lilith. Lilith's awesome. Kind of wish I could have got Myra or Scraptrap as well, but hey ho, we'll see what it is. So I will try and like do a kind of like first turn play for me. So I do apologise for this. I am shuffling this really badly. I don't really do shuffling while on camera because I always like batter the tiny bit at the bottom, so that's fine. Okay, and I will also take the top 5 off, goes to the bottom. So we'll do 5, going first as normal, because that normally seems to be the way everyone makes me go. Okay, so that's really good. Okay, 2 Dark Honest, that's a bit weird. Okay, so you have, so there's ways to play this, so if it was me, just go that's like your best call, personally. If you really wanted to, you could actually just summon the Dark Honest, and if you really wanted to, go balls to the wall and send them with Dynamiscus. So if they do something, you can kind of go, do that, send that, get Beast, they attack, you can Dark Honest. So there is like different ways you can either play the... So this is like your safest option. This is your safe. If you want to play it safe, do this. Do the T-set, like how they used to in Black Wings. But if you want to go balls to the wall, and I do mean balls to the wall, you've got the extra Honest, Dark Honest in hand. So just literally go summon, and set that. And literally just make them... So if you do get rid of the monster and you go, okay, do that, you will just get that and you'll see if you can resolve Wendy. If they let it resolve, great. If not, they lose an Ash. Woohoo, you've not really lost anything. But this is the fact they'll probably just go, yeah, and you can just go, yeah, anything before damage step. They will not like that question. So that's always good. And then obviously, depending on the card you're next. So we'll try to see if this goes second. Oh, going second, we've got Hedgehog. So that's kind of really changes the the dynamic for me personally. So for me, if it was me, I'd just go summon hedgehog. Because if they destroy it, you get a search, so that's like really good. So do that. I would attack actually if it was me before I set anything. So I'd attack, pitch the Dark Honest, then go set 2. Always remember play around that one Mech Knight player that's at locals if you want. That's how I would play it. So okay, let's try this again. I'm really not trying to stack this, so. And I'm not even looking at the camera, so this is really hard for me as well. So, okay, right. So, okay. I've got to be like some shuffling weird ASMR shit now. Right, so we'll go do 5. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I'll do a go first and go second again. Oh, god damn, there's only 2 card Dark Honest and I still draw both of them. Right, okay. Okay, so you going first, so because you have the Dark Honest, you could go that and just go balls to the wall again if you want to. That's again true. Smartest place, literally set those 2, and then literally if they're doing stuff, just go for the Sanguine and set that. So they just always make sure they've got a target for you to banish, so you make the most of it. So that's pretty cool. Right, so yeah, pretty same as last time, but we'll do the round 2. Okay, so oh, this is really not interesting. Okay, so I go that, and just go attack. See what they do. If it's Dragoon, that's funny. They'll never get you Dark Honest, so don't think of that. So yeah, if they've got Dragoon, just summon that, set your back row. So set you free. Then obviously if you can do that, you can bluff them out, do that, drop your piece, you draw a card. It's cool, it's not great, but it's decent, so it's fine. So we'll activate Chain Links go. So Chain Links will go 1, 2. If you needed some extra protection, get your Salamangreat, get your Pelizoc with this, then get that, then get that. So at least then you've kind of got some protection out there. And then at the end of turn, it depends what happens, you can still do stuff. So that's pretty sweet. Keep the core. So that's fine. So say it's a very weird one to know what would happen in a situation that's like this, but you can. The good part about this is you're in this point where literally you can banish your elixirs off and your golden lands to like fin through to get good stuff for your shaddolls. That is the good point of if you do end up drawing kind of like an Eldlich hand, your shaddolls push you in a way that allow you to make the most of like your grind ability, as it were. So that's again very good. If the next card's Shadow Fusion. Oh, the terribleness. Right, I'll do one more, and I apologise if anyone thinks this is terrible. Look, please hit me up. Tell me what's wrong with the video. Tell me that I know nothing. Probably I don't actually, to be fair. So maybe I like the sound of my own voice a bit too much. Not that my life, well, my wife does. Terrible. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh God, this is terrible. 2 Sanguine, think. Yeah, that's going to be fine. Set Hedgehog. Oh, set those 2 and just. God. Yeah, that's going to be bad. Yeah, that's what you're going to do. There is no other like weird way to do this. It's very rare that I've even drawn both of those together. Right. Oh gosh, this is. Okay, so if you are just doing that, just go Hedgehog. Honestly, go Hedgehog. Set 4 and hope for the freaking best, and I do agree with that. Obviously, if you get the chance to search, grab the fusion, the obvious choice. If you obviously Hedgehog gets destroyed, so we'll go with Hedgehog being destroyed. Automatically go for the Wendy. Wendy's your heart and soul. It's the reason you run Wendy in the deck at 3. So you always get Wendy, so that's fine. So you get Wendy. So we've got a Wendy in an arrow. Endo in an arrow is good. And so we'll go with that to protect ourselves, getting Golden Lord. We'll activate that to banish something. Then we'll probably banish this to get what we'll get. We could get another one of the 5, but I'd rather prefer a 10. Oh, sorry, it's a level 8, so we'll get him. We'll get Guardian. Guardian's good. So, Guardian's good. Again, I don't know what would happen to this, but I'll play out as if we didn't. So, at the end of turn, at least if that goes, you're not going to get it in. So, because we can't search anymore, so that kind of sucks. But if we've got that, that's kind of cool, because then, at least with this, we've got an option, because you could go. So to be fair with this, I'd probably go set Aerial, activate Resh, summon Hedgehog, and I'd probably do that. At least if this was in the grave, this is kind of cool, because you can just literally because you can activate that and pop that, so you can literally just go. So you will literally have 2 Golden Lords, which is really useful. Again, it's just you've got 2, and then because this is the turn after, you search for the final one to thin your deck out, and then you've got Aerials live in your hand for next turn, which is again good. So you just end phase, you banish this to search and set that, which is so good. It's like, again, imagine that though, it's like your opponent's like, you've got 1 card in hand, and you do continuously just resource manage really good with this deck. I don't know how I ended up doing this deck, and it was a bit more by accident rather than. I think it's just because I had a lot of the decent Eldlich cards around, or I just kind of like, I like the idea of the synergy of just sending off Eldlich the Golden Lord, but because I was playing shaddolls, I just wanted a good way of dealing with Dragoon. My issue was that if I could just get that out, he could just beat over Dragoon. So, and then it was like adding in Dark Honest, because Dark Honest deals with Dragoon. So yeah. So I don't know. It's just like Eldlich the Golden Lord is beefy, and then you've got your toolbox from the extra deck. So, like. So I will take out the cards that I think are just weirdly tech picky for me, which is that you don't have to run, or yeah, you don't really have to run these. This one you can run a bit better, so because it's unaffected by monster effects, which is really funny, because I did have a guy try and negate my this with Dragoon, which I was just peeing myself at. So you can make this with Falco. You can make it with this guy, and then just any one of those. So you have literally quite a few ways to make this. So it's quite funny. So when you do this, you'll make this, and then you'll go like that. Always remember, detach your monster one first to search, because as long as you've got this as a material, you can activate it that turn, which is really dumb. So yeah, for the Paleo Frog players who know pro plays, but they don't normally use a lot of main materials. So it's an interesting one. So yeah, those are your kind of your weird cards that you don't have to run. Annoying to this, yeah. But also, yeah, it deals with so much stuff. Shadow Constructs are an indifferent one, but it is good to have a monster that you can just use to fuse. Starving Venom is such a good target. Shikinaga, again, it doesn't come up that often, but it's still kind of useful. Alkaline is awesome. 3 or 2, it's an odd one. I prefer 2 at this point. Free construct. It's just free construct. You can't argue that. I run 2 window because I only really ever need to. If I was running other shaddoll stuff, then maybe I'd go for it. But yeah, this is mainly quite budget friendly. So you could upgrade it into different ways, but I'd say the budget build is mainly like a nice way to go. But this deck really does really well. I played it most times in a lot of tournaments online, and it really does really well. So I implore you, if you guys do check out my shaddolls video, please check it out. And yeah, please give the deck a try. It's so much fun. Right, hopefully you guys enjoy the video. I've been rambling for a long time, and I apologise for that. So yeah, thanks so much, guys. Hope you enjoy the video. Talk to you guys soon.